Well, good morning, everybody. I know, it's like old home week. Lola, look at all of our friends.
She's not impressed.
Yeah, she'll get there. So we are going to work on some hip stuff today. We're going to do a little bit more standing hip stuff as well, but we're going to get them warmed up first. So I'm going to invite you all to sit quietly, Mike Sam.
I was talking to Darlene, so.
He's right.
He's not wrong. So we're going to start in a seated position. We're going to be working on hips today. The most important thing to remember is no pain. If it hurts in your hips, back off. If it's difficult to sit with without ease in your spine, sit up on a block or sit up on a pillow. There's blocks over here. There's pillows in the hallway. If you don't have something you need, just ask and I'll find it for you. So we're just going to close our eyes for a moment and just start to bring your awareness to the moment that you're in. So we try to breathe in through our nose to the bottom of our lungs. That's called a diaphragmatic breath, and that helps to calm your central nervous system. When the central nervous system is calmed, I am calmed, and you all will have a happier class. It actually relaxes your muscles, so it helps you to get deeper into poses. So be careful to always move deeper into poses as you exhale, and try not to push. Try not to push into pain or pinching, numbness or tingling. Those are all things that we want to avoid. So as you take a deep breath, just bring yourself to awareness of that breath as it enters in through your nose to the bottom of the lungs. Feel that air as it goes in and expands through your rib cage. And as you exhale, feel the warmth of that air as it leaves your body. Another deep inhale, really bringing yourself more centered and in this moment, feeling the breath as it enters, feeling the breath as it exits. One more centering breath, just giving you the opportunity to bring yourself fully into this moment with the awareness of your breath. Excellent. So take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, let your chin just gently drop down towards your chest. Feeling the stretch of the back of your neck. No pinching and no pain. If it feels uncomfortable to you, just modify by lifting your chin a little bit. Take a deep inhale here. With the exhale, we're going to take your chin up towards the ceiling. Feeling the stretch from the front of your throat. With your exhale, bring your chin back down towards your chest. One more time with the exhale, move so that your chin goes back up to the ceiling. And then we'll bring your head back to a neutral position, looking straight ahead. Taking a deep inhale. With the exhale, letting your right ear drop to your right shoulder, just gently. Letting the weight of your head just be the stretch. If you'd like, you can take your left elbow and gently push it down towards the floor just to anchor your pose a little bit. Feel that stretch between that left shoulder and that left ear. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, bring your left ear all the way to your left shoulder. Gently pushing your right elbow down if you'd like, just to gently give you a stretch between the ear and the shoulder. Your next exhale brings that right ear all the way back to the right shoulder. Gentle movements. Next exhale brings the left ear all the way back to the left shoulder. And your next exhale brings it back to the center. We're going to inhale your arms up to the ceiling, trying to keep your biceps away from your ears. So pull your shoulder blades down as you reach up with your fingers. The stretch is between the fingertips and the bottom of your shoulder blades. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, take your right arm behind you, take your left hand to the right side of your head, and then just use the weight of that left arm to gently pull your left ear towards your left shoulder. So we're just taking the stretch just a little bit deeper. You're not pulling on your head. Breathe. Exhale slowly. One more deep inhale here. As you exhale, release your arms back up to the ceiling, reaching towards the sky, and then to the opposite side. So your right hand comes to the left side of your head. You let the weight of your right arm gently pull your right ear towards your right shoulder. You can tuck your left arm in behind you like a sailor's pose. If that hurts in the shoulder, just back it off. Find the expression of each and every pose that you can hold with ease, without struggle, without strain. One more breath here. Exhale, release your head back to the top. Your arms float up towards the ceiling, interlacing your fingers, bringing them back and behind your head. As you inhale, push your elbows to the wall behind you. Lift your chin and chest towards the sky. As you exhale, round forward, bringing your elbows together, pushing the air out, rounding your spine. Inhale up, open the chest, push those elbows back. Exhale down. One more full cycle, take it all the way back. Really spread that chest open wide. As you round forward, elbows come together, belly to the spine. Inhale, straighten your spine, shoot your arms back up to the ceiling, lengthening. Exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand to the floor behind you, twisting towards your left. So that back arm you can push down into the floor to help lengthen your spine. By doing that, you're creating space. As you inhale, reach the top of your head up towards the sky. As you exhale, see if you can round just a little bit further. And breathe. No struggles and no strains here. Close your eyes for a moment and bring your attention to what it is you feel. The depth of your breath or the feeling of the stretch. Let that be your focus for one more deep inhale. One more slow exhale. And then gently bringing your chest back towards the front, inhaling those arms up to the ceiling. And we'll take it to the opposite side. Your left hand comes to your right knee. Your right hand comes to the floor behind you, and you're rotating towards your right. Breathing deeply. Exhaling slowly. No struggles, no strains. Close your eyes for a moment and just be with this moment. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then slowly bring your trunk back to face the front. Inhaling the arms up to the ceiling one last time. Take a deep lengthening exhale and fall forward. Bringing your hands to the floor in front of you, trying to bring your forehead all the way to the floor. If your forehead doesn't meet the floor, stack your hands into fists to support your head or use your block, whatever you'd like, to just gently bring yourself into a forward fold. Close your eyes here and take a deep breath into the very bottom of your lungs, into your thighs. As you exhale, just melt. Take a deep inhale here. With the exhale, move your chest over to your left leg. So just see if you can fold over the left leg. Reach your right arm out as far as you can and then feel that right rib cage as you take a deep inhale. Feel it expand as you exhale, melt. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, take yourself back to the center, folding forward. Deep inhale here, and as you exhale, take a right leg. Reaching a little bit further with your left arm so that you can feel that stretch through that left rib cage, that left quadratus lumborum. Breathe. Exhale and melt. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, bring yourself back to the front. And then slide your hands back to your knees. Use your arms to push you back up to a tall, easy seated position. So we've just opened your hips just very, very slightly there by moving the spine around the hips. And now we're going to move the hips around the spine. So what I'd like you to do is take your left hand and grab onto your right ankle. Your right hand grabs on to your right knee. And then just start to slowly rock that knee in and out. Just find the motion that feels comfortable to you. Now, if you find your spine all rounded, try to sit up tall. If it seems like it's effort, sit on a block or sit on a pillow. You can stay right there, or you can raise that leg up. You can stay right there, or you can take your left elbow and hook it underneath of that right ankle and bring that all the way up into your chest. So find the expression of the pose that works for you. Deep inhales, slow exhales. And then we're just going to put that one down and take it to the other side. We're just warming those hips up. So your right hand grabs onto your left ankle. Your left hand holds the left knee, and you begin to rock it back and forth. Take a moment to feel your spine. If it feels like struggle or strain, sit up on a block or sit up on a pillow. See if you can raise it up a little higher. If you'd like, you can hook that ankle in the bend of your elbow and bring it really close into your chest. Isn't that fun? Feel your spine. The motion around your spine is what's important here. And then we're going to put it all the way down, bringing the palms of your feet together for an easy seated cobbler pose. So in the cobbler pose, again, you want to feel your spine. If it feels like it's an effort, then sit up on a block, sit up on a pillow, or just take your feet and move them further away from you so that you've opened up the size of the diamond. Your goal here is to get your knees down towards the floor, bringing your feet all the way in towards your body, but find the expression of the pose you can hold with ease. Some of you would, if your knees aren't down, you can just let your arms rest on your knees and let the weight of your arms help push those down. Or you can just butterfly your knees, just like you're tapping your knees onto the floor. It helps us open up those inner thighs. Lengthen your spine with a deep inhale. Either stay here, working on the pose as it is, or fold forward, trying to keep your spine straight. So you're not rounding your forehead towards your feet. You're lengthening your spine, trying to bring your belly button towards your feet without struggle, without strain. Breathe. Close your eyes and feel it. Feel the breath. Feel the stretch. No struggles and no strains. We'll take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, melt just a little bit further if it's available to you without struggle or strain. And then slowly begin to unfold. So we're going to take the first two fingers of your left hand and grab onto your big toe of your left foot. If you can't do that, you can use a strap. It's perfectly fine. As you exhale, you're going to try and straighten out. Spine is straight and tall. Lift your chest. Squeeze your left quadricep muscle. See if you can take it up a little bit higher. Then you're going to take it all the way to the floor. The big toe side of your left foot is on the floor. Your right foot rests right on your left thigh. As you exhale, you're going to turn to your right, planting your hands into the floor and pushing down to create space. So you may stay right here. That's perfectly fine. Or with an exhale, come down to your elbow. So if getting down to your elbows seems like it's too much, but being up on your arms is not enough, slide a pillow in there so that your body comes halfway. Always find the expression of the pose where you can then let go of the judgmental thoughts of whether you're doing it right or somebody else is doing more, and just be with your pose. Stay right there, or with your exhale, bring yourself all the way down to your chest. If you're on your chest, you can take that right hand and reach all the way behind you, grabbing onto your ankle and drawing it up towards your chest to really open that left side of your body. Breathe into the rib cage, feel it expand, and as you exhale, melt. No pinching, no pain. Breathe. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then if you've got that pose bound, just release your hand from the foot. Use your arms to slowly push yourself back up to an easy seated position, not easy seated position, liar, pants on fire, into seated cobbler. Breathing. Just feel that left hip that we just opened up. Does it feel different than the right? It's all part of being in the moment. With an exhale, fold forward if it's available to you, or stay right there, gently working your knees towards the floor. Without struggle, without strain. Slowly bringing your spine back up to straight if you fold it forward, taking the first two fingers of your right hand and grabbing the big toe, or wrap a strap around your foot. With an exhale, you're straightening that leg out. You're lifting your spine, you're lifting your chest. Feel the strength. Squeeze that quadricep muscle. Get that leg as straight as you can. Use the strap if you need it. It's perfectly fine. And then take the big toe side of your right foot to the floor. Your left foot comes right onto that right thigh, and with an exhale, you turn towards your left, pushing down into the floor to create the space, either staying there or coming down to your elbows. Either staying there or coming all the way down to your chest. Find an expression of the pose you can hold with ease. Stay right there or take your left hand right behind you, grab onto that foot and pull it up towards your shoulder for a full expression of the pose, and breathe. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then slowly, if you've found the pose, release your foot. Use your arms to help push yourself back up into the seated cobbler pose. Breathing deeply. Folding forward if it's available to you. Remember, no pinching or pain. If you feel that in your hips, just slide your feet out away from your body or sit up on a block. Both are effective strategies to help you find the pose that you can hold with ease. And breathe. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, slowly unfold. Taking a deep inhale. As you exhale, straightening your legs, bringing them out straight in front of you. Inhaling your arms towards the ceiling, shoulder blades down and away from your back. We're just going to fall halfway forward. Your fingertips point to where the wall meets the ceiling. As you inhale, reach out through the fingertips. As you exhale, then let your hands come down to the bottoms of your feet or to the ankles or the calves, wherever they find themselves. Feel your spine here. If you're rounded, it just is making you look like your kneecaps pointing straight up. Gently push the back of your knees into the floor. Then you can get yourself a good stretch right there. And breathe. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe deeply into the very bottom of your lungs. And with the exhale, you may be able to go a little further, or you might just stay where you are. It's all good. Breathe. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale, and then slowly begin to unfold. Lifting your your left leg up in the air, take it up, take it over, and then bend it, sliding it up. So your right leg is out straight and active. Again, if you have any strain in your back, sit up on a block. Protect your spine. We're going to take your right arm and wrap. pulling it into your chest and lengthening your spine. We're going to inhale your left arm up to the ceiling, really reach. As you exhale, rotate towards your left, bringing that left hand to the floor, pushing down into the floor to help lengthen. So this is a really good way to start to open that hip joint. But it can also be one for some people that causes pinching or pain if it feels like that. You've got a couple of options here. You can either take the rotation out, or you can take your left foot and walk it down closer towards your knee, opening up that hip and giving it a little bit greater ease. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, see if you can rotate just a little further. No struggles and no strains. Breathe. And then slowly bring your chest back to the front. So you have a couple of options here. You can either stay just like this, wrapping both arms around your knee, just dropping your chin down towards your chest, or you can bend your right knee underneath of you. You can stay right like that, or you can try and stack both knees one on top of the other. So you have lots of different levels here. Just make sure you're picking the one where you can then bring all of your focus and attention to the feeling of it, not to the thought of, God, what is happening? So you can stay right where you are, or as you exhale, fold forward those stacked knees. Each and every one of you has a pose that's right for you. It's the one that feels delicious. Well, my viewers in TV land hate when I talk about food descriptives in yoga, so I do it anyway, because I'm a rebel. Breathe into the areas that feel tight, as if you're expanding those areas with your breath. As you exhale, see if you can melt, just releasing a little bit of tension, a little bit of trying, a little bit of effort. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then gently, if you're folded forward, bring yourself up, bringing your hands to your sides, just straightening your legs and bringing them forward for that forward fold and taking it to the other side. Inhale your arms up, exhale, fold forward. So if you have your hands on the bottoms of your feet, you can challenge yourself further by taking your right hand and holding on to the little toe side of your left foot, the left hand holding on to the little toe side of your right foot. Or you can put a block at the bottom of your feet and reach for the bottom of that block. Wherever you are, make sure it's a place where you can hold the pose with ease. You never know what day may come when I might just fall asleep up here and you guys think, wow, we're really holding this for a long time. So it should be a place of ease where you can bring all of your focus back to the depth of your breath. So just take one deep inhale here. Really pay attention to the sensations of that breath as it enters. And as you exhale, see if you can release just 5% of the tension that you might be feeling in the legs, the hips. And then slowly release, bringing your spine back up to straight. Taking a deep breath, your belly to your spine, your right leg lifts up and over, and then slides up. Taking your left arm and wrapping it around that right knee, pulling it into your spine. Inhaling the right arm up, reach. As you bring it down to the floor behind you, turn towards your right. Push down into that back hand to help lengthen your spine, to give yourself space to rotate further if it's appropriate for you. No struggles and no strains. Close your eyes and feel. Bring your attention to the place that feels tight or restricted. Imagine that you're breathing into that space and expanding it with your breath. Imagine that as you exhale, just a portion of the tension, of the holding. One more deep breath here. One more slow exhale. And then just slowly round forward. So your options are taking both arms, wrapping them around that knee, dropping your chin in down towards your chest, or bending that left knee underneath of you. So you can stay just like that with the right knee just straight up in the air, or you can try and stack those knees one on top of the other. If your knees are stacked, your goal here is to have both hip bones sitting equal. Stay right where you are, or exhale, folding forward. Closing your eyes and feeling that deep stretch in those hips. No struggles here, no strains here. Breathing deeply. Exhaling slowly. One more deep inhale. One more slow exhale. If you folded forward, go ahead and unfold. We're going to take those legs back out straight. One more forward fold here. Was I in your way, Lola? Lolita, acuéstese, por favor. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Pushing down into the back of your knees will help to turn your hamstrings off so that they allow a little bit more of a stretch. It's just a good way to progress it a little bit. No struggles, no strains. Breathe. One more deep inhale here. Lengthen your spine like an accordion, reaching out through the top of your head. One more slow exhale, progressing your pose if it's available to you. And then gently begin to unfold. Bringing your hands to the sides by your hips. Bend your knees, take them up into your chest, spread them out wide. This is another one where sitting on a block is very, very helpful. If your spine feels rounded or it's a lot of effort to sit there, sit up on one of the blocks or sit up on one of the pillows. Both legs are active, the toes pulled back, the heels reaching forward, the backs of your knees gently reaching down. Inhale your arms up to the sky, lengthen. As you exhale, fold forward, bringing your hands to the floor in front of you. And then slide your hands out in opposite directions. Your right hand grabbing the big toe of your right foot, the left hand grabbing the big toe of your left foot. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, gently use your arms to just try to pull you just a little bit further into that stretch. And breathe. No struggles and no strains. We'll take a deep inhale. As you exhale, bring both hands to your left foot. So turn your chest to face your left leg and gently fold forward over the left leg. Try to keep mindful of that right leg. Keep it a little bit active. The back of that right knee gently pushing down into the floor. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. As you exhale, fold further forward. And breathe. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, separate your arms again, taking your left hand over to the left foot. Your right hand stays on the right foot. Breathing, lengthening, exhaling, falling further forward if it's available to you. Take a deep inhale here, and as you exhale, take both hands over to your right foot. So you're bringing your chest to face that right leg. Breathing. In, exhaling, trying to release a little bit of tension. Don't try to let everything go all at once. Breathe. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, separate your hands again. Your left hand goes back to the left foot. Your right hand stays on the right. And breathe. So we're going to go to the sides 2 more times, but you're going to have a couple of options here. So everybody comes sitting nice up and tall, keeping your legs spread wide. The 2 options are doing exactly what we just did, folding forward over one leg. Or on the left side, we're going to take your left hand, bring it to the back of your left hand on the inside of your left calf. As you exhale, slide it down to the left ankle. And then gently push that left hand into that left ankle. Take your right arm up to the ceiling and then back behind your back like a sailor's pose. So the right arm is behind your back. The left hand is pushing gently into the left ankle. You're rotating your chest forward to face the front of you, not down towards the floor. And breathe. Or you can just fold over that left leg as we did just a moment ago. Breathe deep into the hip. And as you exhale, if you can slide that hand further down, it's perfectly fine. But try to maintain a gentle push of the back of your left hand into your left ankle. For one more deep inhale, one more slow exhale. If you've bound the pose, let that right arm come up to the ceiling and then bring yourself back so that your chest folds over that left leg. And then separate your hands back to the opposites. Gently bring your spine back up to straight. Either turn to face that leg and fold over it, or take the back of your right hand to the inside of your right calf, slide it down to the ankle, gently push into the back of your hand, take the left arm up to the sky, and then back and behind your back. Bringing your chest to face forward, not down towards the floor, maintaining that gentle push of the back of your right hand into that right ankle, and rotating and breathing deeply, exhaling slowly. It's almost like you can hear your heart beating, like the sound of a hammer. One more deep inhale here, one more slow exhale. And then release that left arm back up to the ceiling, bring it back to meet the right, folding forward. Exhaling, separating your hands to opposite feet. Breathing. Slowly bringing your chest back up to straight. Let's just take one more cobbler's pose. I like to do the cobbler's pose in between the opposite sides. It just brings balance. Lengthen the spine. Remember, you can sit up on a block or slide your feet further away from you. Fold forward if it's available to you. And breathe. Each inhale, imagine lengthening your spine. Each exhale, try to fold a little forward or gently get the knees down closer to the floor. Whatever is your challenge. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then if you're folded forward, gently begin to bring yourself up. We're going to cross at your ankles. You know what this means. We're standing up without using your arms. Ta-da! Ta-da! So we're going to do that same wide angle pose, but in standing now. So if you want to get a block, if you don't have one, let me know and I will get you a block. If your fingertips don't touch the floor, you want to make sure you have a little block. We have some right on the other side of that wall, but you can just put the block down in between you. You can walk your feet out as wide as you comfortably feel is good for your body. Hands on your hips. So just take a deep inhale here for a moment. Allow those adductors to open in a standing position. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. As you exhale, fall halfway forward. So you're just bringing your top of your head to point at the wall that's in front of you. As you inhale, reach as if you were trying to touch your head to that wall in front of you, and then release your hands down to the floor and fold further forward. If your hands don't touch the floor, if it feels like a strain, use your block. You have different sides of that block, which give you different heights. Don't worry about what the person next to you is doing. They are a freak, whoever it is. Just allow yourself to dangle in this position. Squeezing your quadricep muscles, try to lift your sit bones towards the sky. As you inhale, lift your head and shoulders an inch. As you exhale, fold deeper down into that. Breathe. As you inhale, your belly fills with air. As you exhale, walk both hands over to your left foot. So you're in that forward fold, but now you're over towards your left foot. You can use the block. If your hands touch the floor, that's great, but try to keep the knees as straight as you can get them. That might mean you have to come out of the fold a little bit. That might mean you need to turn the block on a different side. Find the expression of the pose you can hold with. Feel that stretch. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, bring yourself back to the front. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders to a flat back, just an inch or two. Exhale, fold forward further if it's available to you. On your next exhale, walk both hands over to your right foot. You may find that on one side you're able to touch the floor and on the other side you're not. That's great information. Use it to modify your pose, to find ease in the pose. Squeeze your quadricep muscles, lift your sit bones towards the sky.
A deep inhale. As you exhale, come back to the center. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders to a flat back. Exhale, fold further forward if it's available to you. You may notice that each time you do that, you can go just a little bit deeper. It's because you're creating space. You're using your breath. On your exhale, we're going to take both hands back to your left foot. So you have an option. You can stay right here as you are, or take your left arm and rotate, bringing the arm up to the sky. No struggles, no strains. Breathe. Deeply into your belly. Exhale slowly. Bring that left hand back down to meet the right. Inhale. Exhale, bring it back to the center. Inhale to a flat back. Lift. Exhale. Fold forward. Take a deep inhale. With your exhale, walk both hands over to your right foot. Again, keeping them both right there on the floor, or with an exhale, rotating your right arm up to the sky. No struggles and no strains. Breathe. Bring that right hand back down to meet the left, taking it back to the center. Lifting your head and shoulders with an inhale, folding further forward with an exhale. And breathe. Slowly put your hands on the floor. Try to heel toe your feet back together so you end up in a forward fold. So again, you can use that block. If your hands don't touch the floor, or if your knees aren't straight, use your block. Turn it up on whatever side is necessary. Lift your sit bones towards the sky as you push the back of your knees to the wall behind you. Breathe. Small bend in your knees, bringing your chest to rest on your thighs. And then bring it up into chair pose. Take your arms towards the sky, where the wall meets the ceiling. Glance down, make sure you can see your toes in front of your knees. Pull your belly to your spine, and then pull your shoulder blades down your back. Feel the strength of the pose. Breathe. Inhale, straighten your arms, straighten your knees, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Bringing your fingertips to touch the floor. If you have a bad back, bend your knees, and then when your fingertips touch the floor or the block, you push back into the knees. So you get to the floor first and then straighten your legs. Small bend in your knees. Taking it back up to chair pose. Pull the belly in, pull the shoulder blades down. You have an option. You can stay right here, or you can bring the hands together. Bring your elbow over to the right side, your left elbow to your right knee. Push into your hands and rotate towards that right knee. Breathe. Take it back to the center. Bring it up, straightening those arms. Exhale, swan dive forward. Bend the knees, chest comes to rest on the thighs. Inhale the arms up to chair pose, belly to the spine, shoulder blades down and back, toes just in front of the knees. Bring your hands into prayer position, take your right elbow to your left knee, or just stay there in chair if that works best for you, and breathe. Feel the strength of the pose. Push into your hands and try to rotate your chest a little further. Bring it back forward into chair. Straighten the elbows, straighten the knees, and swan dive forward. Breathe. Deep inhales, slow exhales. We're just going to hang here for a minute. No struggles, no strains. Lift those sit bones, push the knees to the back of the room. Small bend in your knees, chest comes to rest on your thighs. How many more will we do? Take it up into chair pose. Pull the belly in, pull the shoulders back. This is a great strengthening pose. It connects your cores to your hips. Hippie chick. Bring your hands to heart center, straighten your knees.
Take a deep breath here for just a moment. We're going to take a deep inhale. Spread the toes of your left foot out. Let your right knee rise up. So look at your hips. When your knee rises up, you want to keep your hips level. So you're not trying to bring your knee up like you're going to water a fire hydrant. Lola told me that joke. Take a deep in. Woo, sorry. You guys are on your right. You're standing on your left. Let's do that. Okay. How long can I make you stand here? I don't know. Shoot that leg back. You're going to bend, take it to warrior one. So your right foot is in the back. The toes are turned out just a little bit. Your left knee is bent. Let's just warm that knee up a little bit. So straighten it with an inhale, bend it with an exhale. Straighten it with an inhale, bend it with an exhale. One more time. Inhale straight, exhale, bend and hold. Look up between your fingertips. Pull your shoulder blades down your back. Warrior one. Take your left arm forward, your right arm back to warrior two. Look over your fingertips. Turn the palms of your hands up. And then try to keep the creases of your elbows up. Just turn your hands down. That locks your shoulder blades into a more stable position. See if you can sink into that knee a little deeper without pain in the knee. As you exhale, take your right hand back, your left arm up. Look up at that arm if it doesn't bother your neck. If it bothers the neck, just look down. Take a deep inhale. Feel that left rib cage expand with that breath. As you exhale, bring the left elbow to the right knee. Take the right arm up and over, reaching towards where the wall meets the ceiling, stretching between the fingertips and the little toe where it's planted, and bring it into the moment with the breath. Take it back to warrior two, palms down, creases of your elbows up. Back to warrior one. Take your arms behind you, interlace your fingertips, lift your chin and your chest up towards the sky. As you exhale, fold forward over that left leg. Stay here, or with an exhale, lift your arms towards the ceiling. And breathe. Lower your arms to your hips and then bring them to the floor to frame your left foot. Step your right foot forward, forward fold. Slowly bring yourself up one vertebra at a time. Hands to heart center. We'll do the same to the other side. So we're going to be standing on your right foot. The left leg rises up. Try to watch your hips, that you're not lifting the hip. Drop that hip and then shoot it back into warrior one. The left toes turn out just 15 degrees. I have a protractor. The knee is bent, but let's straighten it with an inhale. Bend it with an exhale. Straighten with an inhale. Bend. One more time. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, take it to the depth where you can feel the strain, but no pain. Look up in between your fingers. Pull your shoulder blades down your back. And then take it to warrior two. The hands turn up. Try to keep the creases of your elbows up as you turn the palms down. Reach in opposite directions with your fingers and feel the strength of the pose. No pain, no struggle, a little bit of strain. Take your left hand back, your right arm up. Breathe into that right rib cage. Feel it expand with that inhale. As you exhale, bring the elbow to your knee. Take your left arm up and over, reaching for where the wall meets the ceiling. Feel the stretch in that rib cage. Feel the stretch between the fingertips and the toe where it's planted. And then take it back to warrior two. Creases up, palms down. Back to warrior one. Take your hands behind you. Interlace the fingers. Lift your chin and your chest. Exhale, fold forward over the leg. Stay there, or with an exhale, lift your arms from the hips to the sky. Drop your arms down to your hips and then bring them to frame your right foot. Step your left foot to meet your right foot. Forward fold. And breathe. We're going to make our way to the floor, so you have a couple of options. You can just sit down and go ahead and lie down to your back, or you can start to lift your heels from the floor, bend your knees. With your heels from the floor, try to lift your hands into a prayer position. So this is one where you can put a block underneath of your hips to help support you, or you can put a block underneath of your knees. So you can put that block right in front of you with the block resting on your knees. Or your knees resting on the block. Make it easy. You're stretching the plantar fascia, the bottoms of your feet. Try to bring your knees together. And just breathe for a moment. This is a balance pose. If you're not using the block, or you can cheat like I am, you're still getting the benefit of the stretch of your plantar fascia. Bring your hands to the floor, sit your bottom back, straighten out your legs. You can say that again. So we're going to go lying down to your back, but we're going to go with a little bit of abdominal strength. If you have a bad back, just bring your hands to the side and help lower yourself down. If you want to work on your abdominals, sit up tall, engage your abdominals, pull your belly underneath of your rib cage, and then with an exhale, never holding your breath, lower yourself to the floor, one vertebra at a time. No pain, no struggle, and no strain. Oh, wow, there's a pillow just waiting there for me. This is like magic. Once you make it all the way to the floor flat, just give yourself a moment to breathe. Just let everything go loose. No struggles, no strains. We're going to slowly slide your feet up towards you. So both knees will be bent, both feet will be flat. We're going to slowly take a cobbler's pose in supine. So lying down, the bottoms of your feet come together, the knees drop out in opposite directions. So again, if it feels like pinching or pain in the groin or the hips, slide your feet down and away from you, opening up that diamond shape that you're making with your lower extremities. Or make a fist with each hand and slide it under the tops of your thighs to help support the pose. Let's put one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest just below your throat and just practice a little bit of diaphragmatic breathing. I talk about it a lot, but it's a little bit hard of a concept if you're not familiar with your breathing, which most of us sadly are not. As you inhale, you should feel your belly fill with air, and that hand that sits on your belly rises towards the ceiling, followed by the hand on your chest. And then as you exhale, the hand on your chest falls first, followed by the hand on the belly. You're emptying lungs from the top. You're filling them from the bottom. So just for the next couple of deep inhales, see if you can breathe to make that right hand rise up, followed by the left hand, or the hand on your belly rise up, followed by the hand on your chest. And as you exhale, the hand on your chest falls first, followed by the hand on your belly. Close your eyes. Just feel that breath. Breathe deeply. Exhale slowly. And then very gently move your knees back together and then slide them out straight. And we're going to prepare for final relaxation. So in final relaxation, if you'd like something underneath of your knees to support your back, just bend your knees. We have some of the exercise balls. It takes a lot of strain off of your back if you have something supporting your legs. So if you'd like something, just bend your knees and I'll bring it to you. This is a full service joint. Cocktails are served at 10:45. It's a breakfast cocktail. For you, better tea. Anyone else? Oh, Denise. Bueller. There you go. So just take a deep breath into the very bottom of your lungs. And as you exhale, just release any tension that you feel. Release it into the floor. See if you can bring all of your awareness to the weight of your body on the floor. just the backside of your body. See if you can isolate the sensations that you feel on the backside of your body as you lie there on the floor. If your mind wanders or becomes distracted, just gently bring it to the sensations you feel at the back of your body. And then gently shift your awareness to the front side of your body. Feel the air. Feel the weight of your clothing, but see if you can focus only on the sensations that you feel along the front side of your body. If your mind becomes distracted, just gently bring it back to the sensations you feel the front of your body. Then I'm going to ask you to shift your attention to the center of your chest where your heart beats. Seeing if we can quiet ourselves down enough to either feel that heartbeat in your chest or hear the internal sound of it beating. Sometimes if you hold your breath for just a moment, it helps to amplify and helps you find that heartbeat. And then you use that as an anchor to focus. If you become distracted or your mind wanders, just gently bring it back to the heart beating in the center of your chest. And then I'm going to ask you to shift your attention to a thought, bringing to mind a thought of something for which you are grateful. Something simple, something complex, a great meal, great laughter, a loved family member, whatever you can bring to mind for something for which you are grateful. And then just pay attention to what your body feels like in this moment of gratitude. Just holding that positive, glowing thought of a loved one, a great meal, a beautiful sunrise or sunset, and just feel what your body feels like in gratitude. We spend a lot of time in other emotions, and we know what those feel like. We know what anger feels like. But do we know what gratitude feels like in our body? And then release your thought of gratitude and let your mind come to stillness. Any thought that enters, let it be noticed but not attached to. Let it drift away like a cloud. Then we'll slowly start to bring your attention back to your body. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. See if you can bring all of your focus and attention to just those joints as they move. Spread your fingers apart, spread your toes apart, and bring your attention to the space between your fingers, the space between your toes. Curl your hands into a fist and feet, the toes curled under. Bring your attention to the feeling of that skin as it stretches over the knuckles, as it stretches over the tops of your feet. And let your hands and your feet relax. Gently let your head just rock side to side on the floor, bringing your attention and focus to the movement of the neck, the gentle stretch of those muscles, the movement of the spine. And then let your head come to rest wherever it finds itself comfortable. As you take a deep inhale, filling your lungs to the very bottom, let your arms rise up to the ceiling. As you exhale, let them fall to the floor behind you. As you inhale, reach back with your fingertips, reach forward with your heels. As you exhale, draw your knees to your chest, let your arms float down to hold those knees, hugging them into your chest. And just gently rock from side to side, feeling your breath expanding into those ribs, into those thighs, letting your shoulders relax, letting your jaw relax. When you're ready, roll onto your right side and lie there in a fetal position. Support your head with a block or with your hands made into pillows and bring your attention back to one breath. Feel it as it enters on the inhale. Feel it as it exhales. And then when you're ready, pushing yourself up to an easy seated position. An easy seated position is anyone where your spine is straight and at ease. So if that means sitting on a block or sitting on a pillow, do that. Lola is in her most ladylike pose. You are great. So let the backs of your hands come to rest on the tops of your knees. Close your eyes and lengthen your spine with an inhale. As you exhale, see if you can hold that tall and lengthened posture with ease. Another deep inhale lengthens your posture. As you exhale, bring your hands into heart center. The palms pressed together in a prayer position. Your thumbs gently drop down. You guys have done a wonderful job. It's so nice to see so many older and familiar faces. Not older, but been around and familiar faces. Namaste. Have a great day.
Thank you, Bill.
You guys are awesome. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Lola.
To be honest, we are old.
Well, I didn't say it. I said older. Been around. Some of us have been around a little bit more than others of us.